Hi, my name is Clesa Mitchell. My current position is the social studies teacher at Oakland High School. I'm pictured right here with the rest of the teachers. This is the entire staff of teachers minus the principal and a guidance counselor at my high school. My personal mission statement is to help every student, regardless of past experiences in the classroom, ability, and environment, achieve their full potential in an uplifting and positive manner that will encourage them in their future goals. For many of the students I work with at Oakland, they have a lot of abuse and trauma in their past that has hindered their achievement in traditional schools. I myself have experienced many of the same things that my students have, so I want to make sure that all students have equal opportunities to achieve their goals. My future goals are listed here, and they are quite ambitious. In 2 to 5 years, I would like to be an instructional coach for the Lafayette School Corporation. This means training teachers to move to more trauma-informed practices. For me, a highlight of my education is focusing on trauma-informed practices and how do we successfully implement them in the schools. My school has a lot of experience with this, but traditional schools do not. In 5 to 10 years, I would like to move more to become a college professor and making trauma-informed training a requirement for whatever university I work in for an educational degree. In 10 to 15 years, I would like to be the state superintendent of Indiana. And this would also mean creating a trauma-informed practices as a requirement for all schools in the state. In 15 to 20 years, I would like to, hopefully, be nominated to serve as the Secretary of Education for whomever the president is at the time. I would like to advance the United States education system to compete globally and invest in our greatest asset, our children. And then hopefully, within 20 to 25 years, Purdue University would name a building after me. So, self-reflection. My current skills as a teacher are shown below. My school responsibilities are I am the department head, as I am the only social studies teacher in the building. I am also the curriculum developer for all of the social studies content. I'm the student council sponsor. I'm a grant writer for the school, a fundraiser coordinator, prom committee head, academic trip organizer, in which I've already taken students my first year of teaching to Washington, D.C., where then I developed curriculum and a course for them that would allow them to get an independent study credit. And I am also a board member for our school's nonprofit organization that I helped organize. Additional training that I've received is the trauma-informed approach through going to conferences in St. Louis. As well, I have the alternative school experience by working at Oakland High School. I have over 60 hours of professional development, and I'm working on a master's for curriculum and development. Professionally, I am involved in the current associations, the National Education Association, which is the teachers' union on a national scale, the Indiana State Teachers Association, the teachers' union at the Indiana state level, and the Lafayette Education Association, which is the local teachers' union. As well, I'm involved in the Indiana Council for Economic Education. All of this is in addition to being a single mom, working part-time, and being a volunteer handgun instructor for my local 4-H group. So as you can see, I'm very good at multitasking and balancing different skills. Some academic journals that I looked at were the Action and Teacher Education Journal. From their site, the articles focus upon concepts, practices, and research which have implications and applicability for practitioners involved with teacher education. Most of their articles were on pedagogy and practice, as well as studies conducted in the classroom. The Learning Professional by Learning Forward journal states that they address timely professional learning issues such as learning communities, the role of principals, finding time for professional learning, and teacher quality. A lot of this was about teacher and school leadership, so looking at principals and administration and ways for them to improve themselves, as well as advice to teachers seeking to find materials and resources. So, instructional coach, what do? They do a lot of mentoring, where they are observing other teachers and giving them timely feedback while offering innovative new ideas for them to use in the classroom to help them become a more effective teacher. They also create and find professional development opportunities for the staff in the corporation they work in. They do research and being up to date in what new theories and new pedagogies are being put into practice and being able to successfully implement them in the corporation. And they are also an agent of change. A instructional coach is not part of the administrative team all the time, which means that teachers are more apt to be open with them when they are facing issues in the classroom that they may not bring up to their administration. Some helpful skills are computer-based competencies on multiple platforms, management skills, instructing and learning strategies, oral and written communication skills, active listening, complex problem solving, social perceptiveness, judgment and decision making, negotiation, coordination, time management, flexibility, and creativity. State Superintendent of Public Instruction. What does this job entail? From the Indiana Code, the state superintendent will serve a 4-year term with no term limit and must have resided in the state for 2 years. The state superintendent has administrative duties and authority concerning the school lunch programs, which doesn't sound like much. However, they also work with the Agricultural Marketing Service of the Department of Agriculture and with other federal relief agencies in the distribution of surplus agricultural commodities. They are also the director of the Department of Education, and they oversee the Board of Education. This is an elected position, so that does mean you would have to run on a campaign and be nominated by your political party in order to proceed forward. Skills and requirements. Being an elected position, there is no formal requirements to run for office other than residency for 2 years and not convicting a felony. A background in education is desirable. There are no education requirements. Our current superintendent does hold a doctorate's degree, but the former state superintendent only had a master's. As well, leadership skills are another informal qualification. Here are the list of resources I used. Thank you.